United States Air Force fighter pilots are the most laser-focused, passionate people you'll ever meet. If your reaction time is off by less than half a second, it is a life or death situation. They have to be that good. My job is to teach Air Force pilots the art and science of being a fighter pilot. When I got into the Air Force, the goal was I'm going to be the best fighter pilot on the planet. And then I started looking to people that I worked with. They're really good at flying the jet and instructing, but some of them are in a very broken state. When somebody develops you in the military, they focus on the career progression. And that didn't allow for growth in other areas and the overall growth of the human being. We see it time and time again in our community. People are so good at being a fighter pilot, but they're missing these other critical elements. I was jazzed when I got this assignment. I thought this would be an opportunity to change. We could do things better. Our most precious commodity is not this jet. It is that wingman, and it's you, the instructor pilot, and it's your family. And if we don't take care of that wingman, that instructor pilot, and if we don't develop them, then we failed. So we went right after the flight commanders. And we said, we are gonna make you a better fighter pilot, a better instructor, a better husband, a better father. I'm gonna make you a better leader. That is what we're gonna do over the next 2 years in the 435th.
For a long time, the military has worked on a leader-follower mentality. And one of the things Kaiser's really focused on is it's a leader-leader mentality. So it's leaders who are developing more leaders.
One of the things we do in the squadron to develop the leadership team is we'll get together and we'll watch a video or go through a reading, and we'll sit around the table and discuss what spoke to us in the room about what we just watched. How can we apply it? We're constantly looking for opportunities to meet with people from within the Air Force, out of the Air Force, academia, and we'll, as much as possible, try to get in a room with them in a small group situation and pick their brains.
Serving under Kaiser's changed my leadership in some significant ways. One of those ways is the idea that if where the squadron's at right now is not where it could be, you need to cast that vision and show people where we can be, then you also need to provide them with a way to get there. And then the second one would be taking care of people.
He comes in front of the whole class, and the first thing he tells them is, I'm proud of you, I care about you, I trust you, and I love you.
He takes each individual person and the areas that that person needs to grow, and then very intentionally, he focuses on those areas.
He sent me a text message one night and he told me I should go to marital counseling with my wife. Not because there was a problem, because he wanted me to focus on that part of my development. And we did. We went to marital counseling because Kaiser told me I should, and we're better for it.
In our world, it's tough to be vulnerable. It is tough to open up and say, I need to get better, and I am not as good in this area as I should be. And the only way we could get our fighter pilots to open up and get better is we had to first show that we were vulnerable, and we needed to expose where we needed to get better. As much as all this sounds great, it doesn't, amount to a hill of beans unless you're accomplishing your mission. We just had another inspection, and of all the squadrons in our wing, guess who shows up as the best squadron? It's the 435th. Our washout rate decreased by 85%. That means they don't have to retrain, and that translates to millions of dollars that the Air Force is saving. This message resonates with Air Force leadership. They want to know how we're doing this. What is the model?
His role is not in making sure that we're doing the mission. That's the director of operations job. That's his second in command's job. His job is to lead the squadron. His job is to build the Air Force's next great leaders.
He asked me the first time we met is, do you care? And at first I'm like, well, of course I care. But if you think a little more deeply into that question, if someone cares, you can work with them on anything else. And I think the first step in caring about something is you have to have something that's bigger than you. And Kaiser definitely has something in his life, his faith, that's bigger than him, that drives him. And it has had a tremendous impact on our squadron, the fact that he lives that out.
My faith is everything. It's who I am. And I know you're not allowed to go ahead and preach your one religion. And as weird as it sounds, I kind of like the policy. Stop talking about it. Live it out. Live it out the way you lead, the way you teach, the way you treat other people. Our wingmen will not remember anything that I have taught them on basic fighter maneuvers. They won't remember that 5 years from now. But they will remember how they felt around me. They will remember I felt inspired by this commander. I felt like he cared about me. And I knew if I didn't meet an expectation, he was going to make me better because he loved me.